Alright, welcome to my new guide series. It's going to be going over the different fandom entries for the different mechs. Once we start the light mechs and proceed through, we're going to just go alphabetically through each one. We're going to look at one particular chassis at a time. The first light mech is going to be Adder. We're going to go through all the Adder variants, and then I'm going to talk about basically, which ones to keep an eye out for. Which ones are most worth salvaging, whether it be for the equipment or for the mech themselves, and some use cases for them. Things like that. And we're going to start. I'm not going to go through each individual entry for the power armor, because all power armor is basically the same. It is essentially 5 people. You put one mech warrior in it, but it's set up as 5 people. So each location has usually 2 weapons, except for the legs. So I guess it's more like 4 people. No, it is 5 people. Arms, side torsos, center torso. So every time you destroy an arm, a side torso, or the center torso, you take out 2 weapons. If you destroy the center torso, you destroy them all. All power armor is very hard to hit, very evasive, and has very low movement, but if you get close, their melee is destructive. And if you take out a leg, they fall to the ground helpless and are very easy to kill because they also all tend to have very low armor. Now, Harjal is pretty common amongst a lot of the different battle armors, but that's not really important. The thing is, if you're able to hit them and focus fire them, they die very easily. If you're splashing and they're Harjal healing, then wait till you can pinpoint them to death. But the only real use case for any of the battle armor that I'm aware of is they have incredibly low drop cost. They have incredibly low drop tonnage. So it doesn't really impact, you can bring 4 assault mechs, 400-ton assault mechs, and, 400-ton vehicles, and, well, not 4, 300-ton vehicles, and then a 90-tonner and 2 battle armors, or an 80-tonner and 4 battle armors, and get mech warriors pilots training using them relatively safely, because, again, they are really hard to hit. So that's basically the only reason to use battle armor. As far as I'm concerned, they're just terrible. But yeah, for training purposes, for putting somebody on the battlefield and relying on the, the difficulty of hitting battle armor to keep them alive through the fight, to get them the experience, that's basically the one use case that I can think of for it. Otherwise, they die. If they get focused, they die pretty easily. And yeah, so dropping on the battlefield way back and then just having them hide and get experience for the battle is the only real use for a 5-ton battle armor. In any case, next time we will go over the Adder, which is going to be much better and much more interesting, because honestly, the majority of, actually I think all battle armor equipment is battle armor specific, so there's not even point to putting them together to try to salvage equipment. And they scrap and sell for such low values for the most part. I think the clan stuff actually scraps for pretty good, but unless you can put it together for free and then scrap it, there's no point to keeping the parts. Just scrap them unless you want them for training mech warriors. And that is all there is to really say about power armor. Again, next time we will start with the Adder and start going into each variant, discussing the different weapon loadouts and which ones are effective and which ones leave something to be desired, how you can modify some things to make them better, etc. But power armor, there's no way to make them better because you have no tonnage to work with and you're restricted to power armor equipment. So, that has been your guide for the day, and until next week, I hope you have a good one.